Good
Hello,
morning.
everybody. Hi, Brenda.
Good morning.
I am so glad to be here. I'm so excited about these cards.
Me too.
I know it's just really unique and different. I'm super excited.
Okay, so somebody just said something. It is hilarious that they're so glad to be here. And they're talking about from snowy, icy, and any other adjective you'd like to use for South Dakota.
Oh, oh, oh. Do I dare tell you? Let's see, what do we got here? 41 today, but
Ooh,
we got some much needed rain yesterday. So that
we're
was
16. We're 16. So
you're
yeah.
chilly. You're just a little chilly.
Yeah. We just call that sweater jacket weather.
Sweater weather. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well, we have a lot of people popping on to join us live. We always like to chat just a little bit, just to kind of give everyone an opportunity to get their notification that I'm live and hop on. But yeah, we've got some really great cards. Brenda said at the beginning, we were kind of joking and talking, and she goes, "Well, you're doing this live because I want to learn how to make this card."
I do. And it's just so cheerful, and I need. With these gray days, we don't get a lot of sun, and it's like, oh, I need something cheerful. And these are certainly cheerful. I even wore which I never do. I never wear white ever, because if I do, you can bet you'll see all my food that I can't wear white.
Guaranteed to spill the coffee, right?
Or get ink on my arm, or the dog jumps up on me with muddy paws. I mean, so
it's always something.
But I need it. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know later if the sweater lasts.
If the sweater makes it through the end of the day.
That's right. One wearing.
It's very Valentine-y. You had a little heart.
It is. And I'll give it a little plug. I use Melaleuca, and they have one of the products that gets dirt off of everything.
Yeah.
It's an amazing product. So
okay.
I got that in my cupboard just in case. Anyway, I'm excited to see what you've got for us.
All right. Well, I am too. So Brenda's going to share, she has been actually sharing before we went live, the free download that goes along with the project today. And guys, let me tell you, you're going to be so excited about this download because, are you ready? Are you ready? Well, I can't grab the paper. Diagrams. Yes, this one's going to have a diagram for you. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and flip over here so I can show you the cards. These are the cards that we kind of been bragging about. And I showed this to you at last week's live. I don't 100% know what to call it. To me, it kind of looks like shutters or curtains being pulled back. I think some people have kind of called it a theater card. Yeah, because it's like, the curtains of the theater being pulled back. It is a very fun card. So I've got one for your girlfriends and one for the guys. Look at that. We got a great masculine Valentine. And, you might look at this and go, oh, Connie, no way. No way. There's no way I can do this. That is just too hard. You know what? I call myself Simply Simple Stamping for a reason. Because I want to make the projects that I teach you guys simple. And so, yeah, I've got a diagram so you don't have to worry about it being difficult because you can just follow the diagram. You'll have this video to go back to. Everything that you need is here. And by the way, in this download, and I know people have told me they have been printing it off and putting it in a binder. I gave you guys a QR code. So if you ever need to come back and watch the video again, you can just click this if it's on your computer, or you can scan the QR code if you printed it out. That way you can go back. And then right here, you can go to see the supply list. And I also have all the supply list here. Of course, you can order, and I love it when you guys order from me. Thank you so much for that. I've got the instructions and the details for both cards in your download. But you know what? We're going to kind of kick things off with the diagram. And I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about the supplies that we need. Katie says your diagrams are so helpful. Thank you so much. You are welcome. I'm a visual learner, and I know you guys are too. And so I definitely love to have those diagrams myself because I don't want to mess up, and I don't want you guys to mess up. I want you to always have that to keep it easy. Well, let's talk paper. I'm going to use Highland Heather for my card today. And this is 5.5 by 10.5. Very different piece of cardstock cut that we normally do. 5.5 by 10.5. Make sure you get that little 1/2 inch cut off of there, okay? I'll show you how to score that here in just a minute. I have got some pieces of Blushing Bride. And let's see, what have I got? I have one piece that is a 3.25 by 5.25. And then I have two pieces that are 3 by 4. All right, so that's simple enough. Now let's bring in some basic white. And these are the layering pieces for the Blushing Bride. So we're just going to take these down a notch. So the basic white is a 3 by 5. And that is not cut right. I can see that right now. So let's see. That should be I got to look, a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So yeah, I did not get that cut right, but look at that. I cut it right now. You know, we can fix everything with a simple slice. I was looking at that going, and look, that's not cut right either. You know what I did? I cut it the size of the Blushing Bride is what I did. All right. Well, it's all fixed now. At least I was able to get one of them right. All right. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I hope everyone's laughing right along with me. That's paper crafting. I also have just a scrap of some basic white. We're going to die cut some flowers. So you're going to want to have just a scrap. Doesn't matter what size. Last thing. And that is some designer series paper. I'm going to use the Tea Boutique. I loved this with the envelopes and the flowers on it. Now it is cut 3 by 6. And I want you to notice that I did cut that vertical. Okay. Because of how we're going to be cutting this up, I wouldn't want those envelopes going the wrong way. So make sure you cut it 3 by 6 and that your pattern, if there is one, that it is going vertical. You guys ready to get started? Here we go. Let's see. We've got people from Nebraska and New Mexico. And oh, Brenda's like, we're so happy to have everyone here. We are. Let me start with some scoring. So I'm going to bring in diagram A, 5.5 by 10.5. We're going to score this at 1 3/4 and 3.5. And I personally am just a huge fan of a Simply Scored board. It is like one of my favorite tools. So let's give this a score at 1 3/4 and 3.5. And you notice here, I have it upside down. It's because I want you to flip this cardstock around. And we're going to do that again. And the reason I flip it around versus trying to score all the way across is I want to make sure everything lines up really, really nicely. So I think that just kind of helps me. So we have that scored. And now I'm going to move on to diagram B, and I'm going to teach you how to cut this. All right, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and it says with the 5.5 at the top, line it up at 5 inches and cut between the score lines. So 5.5 inches up the top, set it at 5 inches here. And we are going to cut, and you can kind of see here on the diagram, we're just going to cut in between these two score lines. Now, one thing I do love about Stampin' Up's paper cutter, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it, is that there's a little tick mark here on my cutting blade. And I can see I've got that lined up with the score line. And then when I slide it down, I can see that that tick, I guess that's what we'll call it. There's a notch here in my blade. And I can see that I cut that just right. Let me go ahead and bring that back out. Because now what I want to do is I'm going to take that blade and I'm going to move it down to the next set of score lines. And we'll just cut right in between. Can you see what we did there? Guys, I promise you, it's super easy. Now we're going to rotate it around because it does tell us to rotate it around. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So putting it right back at 5 inches and just score or cut, I'm sorry, cut in between the scored lines. All right, we have that. You guys good? You're with me. All right, now we're going to do our next step, which is with the 10.5 at the top. You're going to line it up at 1.5 inches and cut between the cuts. Let me show you. That's this. Okay. We want to cut here and here. And you know what? Do you ever just question yourself? Yes, that was correct. We're, you know, hey, what do we say? Measure twice, cut once, right? Okay, so I've got the 10.5 inches up at the top. And guys, you know what? I think I have something incorrect. I say to do that at 1.5, and that is not my bad, everybody. Do not, I'm going to go fix my diagram because that is incorrect. All right, so I will go fix that for you. See, measure twice, cut once. Maybe I need to do that when I make my diagrams. Guys, we are going to put this, I said 1.5, and it should have been 3.5. So if you have that already printed out, just make that change. I should have said 3.5. You know, all these measurements, they're going every which way. All right, so we're going to now cut in between those two lines that we already cut. And if you missed, and it looks like I did just a tiny bit, I'm going to grab some paper snips. Oh, you guys know me and those measurements. I feel like I'm always, oh, go on, snip. There we go. See how we did that? And I promise you, it really is not a difficult thing. So 3.5, ignoring my 1.5-inch measurement. All right. And yep, those are popped out. Can you see? And here's what's funny is I have it right on the diagram. I just don't have it right there. So we are going to get that fixed for you. Not a problem. Now, let's go ahead and bring in our bone folder. And I'm going to go ahead and do some quick folds. So I'm going to fold that one in. And be really careful. These are, you know, they're delicate little tabs right there. Now I'm going to bring this one in. Can you see how I did that? I just brought that in on that fold, and that's going to just kind of give it some flexibility. But that's what it's going to look like when my card goes together. Simple. Are you guys with me? Patricia says, hello from Toronto. I adore your videos, Connie. Longtime subscriber. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love my subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Now we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to show you how we are going to cut that designer series paper. So, yep, we had a piece that was 3 by 6. And they're in your measurements here. I tell you to cut it into 2 1.5 by 6-inch pieces. So basically what we're doing, we're cutting it in half, 1.5 by 6. All right. Everyone good there? I'm going to put these together. And what it tells you to do is to cut off 3 times. I've got both of them stacked together, but we're going to cut these at 1/4 inch. So there's 2. Whoops. Stick with me here, paper. Or I can slide that right down. Didn't want to today. All right. Lining those up. And there's 4. They just don't want to slide today. Oh, one more 3 or 1/4 inch cut. And the reason I had you do that, we're actually going to use these pieces, but I wanted you to eventually get this down to 5 1/4 inch. So that's why we snipped off those little pieces. All right. That's all the cutting we have to do there. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to do our stamping next. Now that we're I like to prep everything. So now I have everything prepped. I'm going to set this and my card base. Let me go ahead and get this kind of out of my way so I don't go and lose it. You know me and my desk. All right, let's do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in all of the basic white. We are going to be using a bundle today, guys. We're going to use the Love for You bundle. This one has been a favorite. Okay, so I can use this for Valentine's, but I can use it for so much more. And I like my crafting dollar to go as far as it can. And so that's why I was really drawn to this one, because so much love each and every day. Thanks for all you do. You know, there's a happy Valentine's Day and a happy anniversary, but there's so much more. So I have a lot of options with this one. So I kind of like that after Valentine's Day, this one doesn't have to go away. So we're going to use this stamp set. And we're going to start here. I'm actually, for this project, I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat, my Stampin' Pierce mat. When you're using a photopolymer stamp, the Pierce mat is awesome. And I especially love it when I'm using very solid images. So I'll tell you, we're going to start, you know what? No, I'm going to start with these two. So this is for the right and the left of my card. I'm going to start here and I'm going to bring in a gorgeous grape ink pad. And I'm going to say, for you, I love these great big, thick fonts. Friends, I am just going to stamp that at an angle right across that first piece. Now I'm going to take the So Much Love. Do you see? The piercing mat is awesome when you're using these very thick stamps. Now, the So Much Love, I'm also going to do at an angle. And we'll stamp that right here in the middle of our other piece of basic white. You know what? I did not ink that up as well as I'd like, but it's a good thing I had a backup. You know me, I've got a backup for everything. Tell you what, friends, since I have my gorgeous grape out, I'm going to go ahead and do one of the flowers. And I'm going to start with a little flower. And this is a two-step stamp. And I'm going to share my favorite trick with this one. I'm going to ink up the center of that flower. And I'm going to stamp it right there. Now I'm going to take the inside, you know, the background, and I'm going to grab my grid paper because I want to stamp that off once. And the reason I like to start with the inside and that dark, it allows me to see. I can stamp right over that. Look at that. I got two tones of gorgeous grape, right? It's really pretty. All right, I am done, friends, with the gorgeous grape for right now. We're now going to bring in some Blushing Bride. And since I was working on those flowers, let's work on them again. So there's a larger flower stamp. So just like we did before, I'm going to stamp the inside and ink up the outer one, stamp off once. Again, this allows me to see right where I want to stamp. And just like before, I get two-tone of Blushing Bride. It is so pretty. Now, you know what? I did put my gorgeous grape away, and I shouldn't have, because I'm going to do, there's a little center to these flowers, and I'm going to do the center of that one in gorgeous grape. Now, oh goodness, I thought I had my Stampin' Cleaner over here, my chamois. All right, we're going to get creative. You know what? It was because I was working on something else and I took it over there. For the inside of this flower, we're going to do that in Sweet Sorbet, and I'm going to do some more stamping in Sweet Sorbet. And I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to try to get all the ink off of my stamps just on my grid paper. Do not try this at home. I am not a professional, but I don't recommend it. Okay, let's see. Get the ink off that. You know, I promise I had it over here and then I went and walked away. Let's do some Sweet Sorbet. First things, I'm going to set that there. Let's do the word friend. And we are going to say, for you, friend. And I'm going to put that in between the words there, for you. That looks sweet. Let's take a little heart. We're going to put it there. We're going to stamp a couple more hearts on So Much Love. And I really like this with Sweet Sorbet versus the maybe a real red. I just think it looks a lot softer. Now we're going to come in and we're going to do another flower. So this is that big one again. We're going to have some fun with this one. So I'm going to start just like you saw me do before. And on the for you, I'm going to stamp the outline. I'm now going to come in with the solid, stamp off once. Get that. Get it lined up. There we go. I got it. I got it. And we'll stamp that one. And let's see, in the middle of that one, I think we'll do that gorgeous grape. So I'm so glad I spent all that time cleaning the gorgeous grape off of the center of that, because I'm going to do it right there. This flower needs some love and it needs some leaves. So we come in now with some garden green. I'm going to try to read some comments while I stamp here. Rita said, I hope I ordered this stamp set. I know, isn't it funny how we do that? We go, oh man, did I get that one? I'm not sure. So just like the flowers, the leaves also have some two-step. I'm going to bring the grid paper back in because I'm going to be stamping off the cardstock a little bit here. So I'm going to get some leaves on there. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and add one more down here. Now we've got, you guys have seen me do it. We're going to do it again. This, we're going to stamp off, wax on, wax off. Here we go. So you see, just stamping off, it's awesome because look at that burst of color. And it's also allowing me to stretch the color of that ink pad. We like that, right? All right, that one is done. Now we just need this. This is for the inside of our card. So let's see. We are going to stamp the flower one more time. So I'm going to do this quickly because I know you guys just saw me do this one. But now you're going to see me do it again. Let's see. Sandra just got this stamp set. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I think this is one of my most favorite flowers. First of all, I like really bold flowers. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's my jam. I think I prefer a little more bold and funky flowers over elegant flowers. Actually, I like all flowers. I can't grow them, but I can stamp them. So I'll tell you what, this stamp, we're going to do the same. Finding my stamps. There we go. So I will get myself some leaves. Oh, these colors, you guys. They're just gorgeous. Oh, and Jay Woodall says, oh, I love this stamp set. I'm so glad. I really do too. Hey, if you prefer single leaves, guess what? You can do that too, because this stamp set has you covered with that as well. So even if you just need like one more, you can do it. All right. I am going to get all my ink out of the way before I wear it. And let's say, now I know I said this is a Valentine card, but you know, it's kind of a thank you card. But listen, the sentiments are whatever you want it to be. And I'm always in need of those thank you cards. Thanks for all you do. Simple, 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 right? Okay. I believe, my friends, I am all done with my stamping. So if you'll begrudge me a minute to put all this away. Sandy says, I need to order this set. You do. Oh, Sandy, I'm telling you, this one is a favorite. It's going to be a great one for all kinds of cards. Love for You is the name of it. Now, remember these flowers that I stamped? I can come in with the matching dies, and there are dies that go along with that. If I wanted to, I could have stamped the leaves and cut those. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but this stamp set has like very thin lines to say so much love and for you. Or it's got kind of that bubble outline that's so popular right now. And then you have a layer. I mean, this thing does a lot. I'm kind of keeping it simple today. And I'll tell you what, so I'm going to die cut these flowers, and through the magic of television, I did kind of go ahead and do that for you. But my friends, guess what? It's already time to put the card together. I'm telling you, it's that easy. All right, let's bring in all those pieces. I'm going to scoot some things out of the way so we can start putting stuff together. All right. I'm going to grab, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I'm going to go ahead and use my Stamp and Seal. There is going to be part of this card I'm probably going to use my multi-purpose glue. But you see we've got this flap here, right? I want to line up my Blushing Bride, kind of hold it up. It wants to center in that square. You guys, are you able to see that okay? Oh, Patricia said you're selling me on that stamp set. Well, you know, I want you guys to have an awesome stamping experience. And if there's a set that I love and I've really enjoyed, I want you guys to know about it. And yeah, when you're trying to decide where you want to go next, this one, like I said, it's a great one because it's going to stretch your crafting dollar so much, right? Because you're going to be able to use it for so many things. Guys, that last piece of Blushing Bride, I think you probably already figured it out. It's going to go right there in the middle of our card. And thank you, Bright Lights, for videos, because I can hardly see those lines. Let me fold that back. All right, yeah, I'm okay. Oh, the joys of bright lights and videos. All right, so I think that part was probably pretty easy for you to see. And guess what I did? I have already messed up, but it doesn't matter. So what I did is I should not have adhered this part down. But guess what? It's still going to work. You know, I made this card quite a long time ago. And so anyway, just a note to self, you are not going to adhere down this side. So I'm gonna do the crazy. You guys love it when I mess up. I know you do. You go, mm-hmm. See, I never claimed to be a professional, but well, maybe a professional at messing up at times. I don't know if you can see. I'm just kind of removing the sticky back here. Glad I didn't use my multi-purpose glue. This does come off. And over at my desk, I do have, well, there it goes. Yeah, do you know that with that stamp and seal, look at that. It does just kind of come right off. So look, problem solved. So now I'm going to put some adhesive here. We're going to do it right the first, or we're going to do it right, not the first time. Second time's a charm. Measure twice, cut once. Connie, maybe you need to hold that same thought for adhering things down. All right. That is not, why is it still not working? Oh, because that didn't get scored. Hey, Brenda, I need coffee. I need coffee. All right. Snowy Mom says she likes layering too. And Sandra said it's not a problem. It's just a happy little accident. I know. Look, it's just gonna come right off. But you know what? This gives me a chance to kind of visit with you guys. Like I said, we all make these little mistakes. And sometimes when they happen, when we're live and on camera, it gives me the opportunity to kind of share these fun little tips about how you could just take that off of there. You know what else I could have done? I could have layered it on something else. I could have just layered it. All right, so we're going to get adhesive here. Go ahead and give this a fold this way. Those fun folds. The other thing I want you guys to learn from my silly little mistake is, guess what? Nothing's ever a mistake. What is it? Somebody just said, happy little accident. And it is. We'll make it work. All right. Because I really want you guys to see how to do it correctly and not have to. I'm being honest. I could have gone ahead and left it. If that had been adhered down, I could have done this. It would have been fine. So now we're going to take our pieces of our designer series paper. And this part, it really, there's no right or wrong to which pieces you put down first. But these are going to go here on the outside of the card. See how we're doing that? Now we'll add this one. And remember I told you at the beginning of the video that I'll probably be bringing in my multi-purpose glue. I am going to bring in my multi-purpose glue for these little 1/4-inch pieces because they're really narrow and I just don't want to fight them. Guys, it's going to go here. Now I had to cut 6, remember? You know why I did that? Because you're going to have 4 that are going to make you more happy than others. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. And I like this one. These 2, goodbye. You are now scrap. But these 4 are going to be awesome. And remember, I did all of that so I was able to use half a sheet of 6x6. Yes, just Connie's more money-saving tips. I am going to adhere these onto those little 1/2-inch areas. And now you can kind of see why sometimes multi-purpose glue is the right glue and sometimes stamp and seal is the right adhesive. You really just kind of have to know what works for you. Let's see. Oh no, somebody's saying, well, my husband doesn't either, but I still like him. Oh my goodness, what are you guys talking about over there? The comments start flying. And of course, when I'm trying to read comments and put a card together, well, we just saw what happens when I try to read too many comments. Oh, who am I kidding? You guys know I just made a mistake. I'm not going to blame it on anybody but me. That's the other thing I love about paper crafting. You know, go with the flow, find out what works. All right. I think you can kind of see our card coming together. My friends, now we're just going to add all these stamped images. Oh my goodness. Can you believe how quick that card went together? I know the diagrams are going to make such a difference, especially if you're a visual learner. And like I said, I know I had a little measurement typo. I am going to go fix that. And so I want to encourage everybody, head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Maybe just give me about 10, 15 minutes after the live is over so I can go change that. But I like you guys to have the correct thing. But, you know, when I'm working on those downloads, it happens. All right. That's what we have so far. But remember these flowers that we die cut? I'm going to add those here. And I got them with Stampin' Dimensionals. Ooh, it just really gives a nice pop. And see how this one can kind of hang off a little bit? Yeah, it looks awesome. All right. One more. Put it about right there. So you notice I had the stamped one at the bottom and the two die cut ones on the top. Last thing, because it's for my girlfriends, I need bling. Jewel rhinestones, probably my number one go-to gem. I love these. And whoops, dropped one. So how about we use that? Come here, little guy. I like to use my take your pick tool to pick them up. Well, let's put it right side down. I actually think it's got a tugger hair on it. That's my crazy dog. Oh, if you guys remember my last week's live, I was telling you that Tugger was ringing the bell, ringing the bell, ringing the bell. He's bell trained. When he wants to go outside, he can ring this bell, and he was ringing it like crazy. And I was, kind of embarrassed, going, "Oh gosh, Tugger, stop!" Well, he left me a little surprise. He was very unhappy with me. He really needed to go outside. Poor guy. Well, my friends, look at that. Look, we fixed it. No one's ever gonna know. It's fabulous. That is how this fun fold goes together. It's got all kinds of little angles, mantle worthy, don't you think? Yeah, and I love these colors. Oh, love these colors. Now, I do want to mention one thing. I could have, if I wanted the So Much Love to be on the outside, I could have done that too. Either one would have worked, okay? So you can choose. Do you want it to open to the right, or do you want it open to the left? Okay, yep, you guys can decide which direction you want that to go. Now, I have a masculine version, and I showed it to you earlier, but I want to go over the supplies that we used on this one. So, exact same stamp set. Gotta love that. So Much Love, and I did that in basic gray. My cardstock, this is Mary Merlot. I think it's a great masculine color. But I want you to notice this designer series paper. Guys, this is the Ready to Ride designer series paper. Now, my husband is not a motorcycle guy, but I did like that paper for masculine cards. And can you see it's got shine? Can you see? Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I loved it. And I just used some basic gray and I used some basic black to bring in all of those great colors. Nobody gets me like you. Happy Valentine's Day. I now have this fabulous Valentine's for Mr. Awesome. He's probably not watching, so because whenever I give him a Valentine, he always says, "Did you make that on the video?" Well, yes, I did. So there we go. Two fabulous cards. Remember, guys, there is the diagram and the download for you over at simplysimplestamping.com. That'll be on the January 19th blog post, or look down in the YouTube description. I'll have it there as well, where you can go to today's post and get that. But now, without further ado, I want to share with you what we are creating next week. I love to make boxes. They are some of my favorite things. Hey, look, Brenda, you're getting a Valentine from me. Surprise. I'll zoom in just a little bit here. I'm going to share with you how to make this pizza style box. It is so easy. It uses half a sheet of cardstock, so that's great. Guys, these, little Debbie and I, we're best buds. We're friendly. This is a little cherry cordial little snack that fit perfect in there. So if you're looking for something for the kids or the grandkids for Valentine's Day, they got to bring those little treats. Look at that. You could just buy some little Debbie's. This was just these are quick and easy. All right. I wasn't going for off the charts amazing, just a simple happy Valentine's Day. I love that we're friends and a place to write my message. Let's see, I think St. Patrick's Day will be the next one. And many of you have asked for St. Patrick's Day cards and gifts and things. So I decided to do this one, but I want you guys to know I do not have the 4-leaf clover punch. We have one in the mini catalog, but I don't have that. So I got creative and I believe this is the leaves and flowers and leaves punch. And then I did some embossing on it. And by the way, that stem, that is from the cherry builder. So I made my own little shamrocks and I said, good luck, because that's perfect. And let me show you what I got in here. You're going to be so tickled. I have some Russell Stover's candy, and I'm going to teach you guys how to create just a simple little insert so we don't get chocolate everywhere. And this is I just cut, they always have that cute little wrap or that cover for the chocolate. Well, I just cut it down so it fit inside my box. Yes. So we've got that. And how about Easter? The Easter Bunny bundle with that punch. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. We can do some jelly beans. We can do some bright colors. We're going to make some fun little grass. That is what we're going to create next week. That will be January 26th. I hope you guys will join me for that one. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have another diagram. I'm almost positive I created a diagram for that one as well. Again, it's all about simple stamping here, and that's what I devote myself to, sharing ideas that are very easy and simple. Thank you. Thank you guys. Brenda, thank you so much for being here and helping me get all that up there. And sorry about the download. Like I said, we'll get it fixed. It just should have been 3.5 instead of 1.5, but I will get that fixed for you guys and get the new download up. Have a great day. Happy Thursday. Enjoy your cold weather. Enjoy your snow. We don't get that here, so I'm kind of a little jealous, but you can keep the cold part. I'm good. So love you guys so much. Mwah. See you next time. Bye-bye.